I just hit my head. God, dang it. Yes. That freaking hurt.
This is a test. This is a test. This is a test of the National Weather Service NOAA weather radio. The preceding signal was a test of this weather radio station's public warning system.
I remember which one it is.
During potentially dangerous situations, specially built receivers can be automatically activated by the signal to warn of the impending hazard. Tests of the signal and receiver's performance are normally conducted by the National Weather Service between 10 a.m. and noon each Wednesday. If there is a threat of severe weather, the test will be postponed to the next available good weather day.
Also, I got some new lights.
Reception of this
So it's
broadcast,
brighter.
and especially the warning alarm tone,
Hopefully.
will vary at any given location. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, can occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in good working order. The warning alarm tone will be activated for hazardous conditions. The station you are listening to and the counties we alarm for are listed in a statement at the top of each hour. Your local forecast.
Here's the 521 scroll, by the way. I just realized I didn't get a good shot of it. This is just in the menu.
Lows in the lower 60s. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test of the National Weather Service NOAA weather radio. The preceding signal was a test of this weather radio station's public warning system. During potentially dangerous situations, specially built receivers can be automatically activated by the signal to warn of the impending hazard. Tests of the signal and receiver's performance are normally conducted by the National Weather Service between 10 a.m. and noon each Wednesday. If there is a threat of severe weather, the test will be postponed to the next available good weather day. Reception of this broadcast, and especially the warning alarm tone, will vary at any given location. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, can occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in good working order. The warning alarm tone will be activated for hazardous conditions. The station you are listening to, and the counties we alarm for, are listed in a statement at the top of each hour. Your local forecast.
I just hit my head. God, dang it. Yes.
This is a test.
That freaking hurt.
This is a test. This is a test. This is a test of the National Weather Service NOAA weather radio. The preceding signal was a test of this weather radio station's public warning system.
I remember which one it is.
During potentially dangerous situations, specially built receivers can be automatically activated by the signal to warn of the impending hazard. Tests of the signal and receiver's performance are normally conducted by the National Weather Service between 10 a.m. and noon each Wednesday. If there is a threat of severe weather, the test will be postponed to the next available good weather day.
Also, got some new lights.
Reception of this broadcast, and especially the warning alarm tone, will vary at any given location. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, can occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in good working order. The warning alarm tone will be activated for hazardous conditions. The station you are listening to, and the counties we alarm for, are listed in a statement at the top of each hour. Your local forecast. Today, sunny. Highs around 90. North winds
moment when you have so many of these things you can't even keep track. Right, guys. Emergency light. You guys have probably noticed a lot of changes, and I decided to do that shot because you guys haven't seen outside my room. So you guys probably noticed this goofy looking thing. And as you saw, the scanner, or when the scanner went off, the yellow strobe went off. So how that works is I have the external alert, or whatever it's called, wired to this thing, which is wired to a bunch of other stuff. In short, that activates the strobe and latches it, which means this will not stop flashing until I manually reset it. Which is, as you saw, this switch here. This is just a test thing without having to self-activate this. I can just do that, and yeah. And then if I want to reset it, I can either turn this off and back on, or just do that. So then how does the audio work? The audio comes from the headphone jack, and I have a 3.5mm cable that splits into dual RCA and goes into this mini amp here. This thing was like $15 on Amazon, and it was literally the best purchase I've ever made. It even has bass and treble controls, which I find funny, which I'm actually using because the audio is not bright enough, so I had to turn up the treble, and now it sounds a bit better. So here is WXK, I mean, you guys have already heard it. I've always had this treble turned up, but there's WXK67. I don't control the volume from here anymore. I do it from right here.
North winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming east in the afternoon.
Okay.
Thursday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy.
So yeah.
Lows in the mid.
So I actually have two speakers hooked up to this amplifier. This being one of them, which is this one here, positive and negative. The second one is in the bathroom. Now you guys may be wondering, why in the world do you have a speaker in the bathroom? I don't know. I just do. Since I used to have a Bluetooth speaker in here, but it broke, I just use this now. And by the way, all these boxes are mounted with Velcroed command strips, as you can see right there. And that is not something I can fix. So yeah, there's the bathroom you guys have probably never seen before. Now for the fire strobe, this is just kind of a useless extra. I decided since I have to have the fire strobe up there, I might as well have it operational. So as you can see, it does work until I reset the pull. So that's basically it. I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and do both of these. Now I actually have to push this in when I pull it because this is unscrewed, so I can reset it easily. But I actually have to, yeah, because it swivels like that to reset it. So there's lights out of both of them going at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally I might replace this pull station with another one that I have, just to make it easier to use and whatnot. Speaking of which, I'll go ahead and show you guys. In this room, which has the exact same ceiling fan as my room. So this is something you guys may have not seen a lot of yet. I have a broken fire shield. It's shorted because I was being stupid. I also have a full box of fire safety appliances, and I am, oh, here it is. This is the other pull station that I may use occasionally. This is my exit sign and emergency light box, which I have another one here, which shouldn't be here. That was close. You guys may actually recognize this room. This is where I got the WNG696 weekly test, and I held it up right here. I consider this my DXing room. I seem to have the best radio signal in this room. Random screw that I should keep there because I know it's something to do with that. Let's get back on topic. Speaking of emergency lights, here's this one. Yeah. What the? Jeez, okay. So, where was I? This thing and the bathroom, and yeah. If you guys have any more questions about that, let me know, because I can't remember if I covered everything. So now for the radio collection update video. Starting from the top left, I mean, this setup literally hasn't changed in like 3 months, but whatever. 74200, HH54 VP2, EAR10 by Alertworks, Midland WR300, Midland WR100, older version 5, which still works literally after like 3 years. I got this in 2019. Radio Shack 12-521, and on the vintage radio shelf, I guess I can consider this as, we have the Radio Shack 12-240, which is still flashing from the RWT, Radio Shack 12-093, Radio Shack 12-250, Uniden WX100, Recom R1650.
Partly cloudy.
The Emerson clock that has been moved over because originally I thought I was going to put the strobe there, but I realized this would be a better setup because I'm going to have the pull station and whatnot. Plus everything over here is kind of isolated, I guess. So, and obviously the Sony STRD615 stereo with the center channel. I don't think that's actually hooked up now that I think about it. 2 side speakers and subwoofer. I don't think I've shown you guys this. This is a power tower, I think they call it. The power strip that I used to use for there is now here. On top of the dresser, we have 2 CL100s. This one's my main one, and this one is used for recording stuff. A random screwdriver that does not need to be here. This is the model will be on the screen somewhere. It's an old Crosley combo boombox thing I got when I was a kid. You guys have actually never seen this before, but it does have a phonograph on the top. Also has AM and FM radio, CD, and cassette on the side. Also has line in on the back in that black part. I also have a Timex, whatever the model is. This one's kind of useless because the FM tuner is like too sensitive for where I am. We have like a bunch of FM towers near my house, so I get stuff like way too strong. So this tuner is not very suited for that. And also I can't really use AM anymore, even though this has a great AM tuner. I can't really use it. Well, actually I haven't tested it, but I'm sure I can't use it because I have so many electronics around it. Down here I have the original 120. This is not the EZ. Fun fact, I still haven't even unpacked the EZ. So this is a keyboard and mouse for my Raspberry Pi. You guys will see this in action during severe weather. I'll have IEMBot up on the TV screen. And it looks like I also need to wipe that TV screen off. Let's go do that. I'll get up there later and clean it a little bit better, but I'm gonna put this right here so I can dampen it later. Which brings us to the Recom R1630 next to some bananas. This is set to a certain group of alerts. I can't remember. I mean, it's like severe thunderstorm warnings and stuff that we actually care about. Above that, there's a weather station thing and an air purifier. And yeah, you guys already saw the emergency light. Obviously, when the power goes out, it turns on. And yeah, I'm talking quietly because my mom's on a call. And obviously, as you guys have seen, we have the Uniden BC370 CRS. Right here, we have the Baofeng UV5R Plus, I think. But yeah.
Chances for rain across parts of the Rio Grande on Sunday. Your local forecast.
The UV82 is pretty much dead. I could probably fix it, but I don't know. But yeah, this is not usually plugged in, so I can just place it in this charger without having it charging. And under my bed, we have everything here, but we have the Midland ER210. So yeah, this Sage is the EAS portion of KPL20, and this is for now acting as my FM monitor. I figured this would be the best radio. I don't actually have it plugged in. The battery's somewhere on the floor apparently. But yeah, I don't really like the alert siren of this thing, so I'm just kind of using it as a FM monitor. Which, by the way, this is actually one of the stations that's like probably 3 miles from us, and it's 100,000 watts, so that's fun. It actually is pretty nice though, because that means I always get perfect signal on it. Over here, I also have the Uniden BC125AT, which I do not know where the antenna is. I always use the antenna from the scanner, because whenever I use that scanner I'm usually DXing. So this antenna is much better for that scanner. Yeah guys, so I think that pretty much concludes the radio setup and collection portion. Now for the third person setup. It consists of a camera and 2 microphones. These microphones do actually work in stereo. This is the left channel and this is the right channel. And that is all controlled here. So on Discord, I use this mic or for voiceovers or whatever. And pretty much everything is controlled here. So this is this mic, this is that mic, and this is that mic over there. And obviously since it's flipped, since if you're looking at it this way, this is the left mic, and if you're looking at it that way, it's the right mic. But since this is actually left, if you're looking at it this way, I had to pan these opposite of each other. This is the PC audio coming from my computer, and then this is an external 3.5 millimeter whatever, where I can plug my HDR14 or an HH or something. You will also notice I have the same camera for both of these places. I literally love these cameras so much that I had to buy 2 of them. Plus this was wide enough angle to cover all this. So, yeah. Speaking of ultra wide, here is my drum set. I just switched to ultra wide lens so you guys can see this better. Here's my drum set. I currently have all kinds of mutes on them at the moment because we now live in a HOA. So I can't play these very loudly anymore. Whatever. Kind of messed up there, but I'm using one arm. What do you expect? But yeah, so hi-hat, snare, tom, high tom, medium tom, floor tom, bass drum, the China cymbal, crash cymbal, this thing with splash cymbal, tambourine, and ride cymbal, as well as a drum throne. And now obviously you have the LED strips. So during RWTs, I will use the green color, as you can see, or as you have seen in the past. You guys have actually probably never seen white, and that's the one I pretty much always have it on. Red I'll use during severe weather when I'm getting warnings, and some form of orange I'll use for watches. But yeah, I always keep that on white, and obviously off is just totally off. It also has a dimmer. Oh, it can go lower if I use the app, but yeah, these are definitely pretty cool. I think they cost me like 20 bucks. So I also have some keyboards and some more instruments in another room. Shoes. Here's another mixing board that I have right in front of my drum set. I don't really use this one that much because I don't know how I didn't see this, but this doesn't have any mute buttons on these sliders here. There's supposed to be mute buttons like this one has. All these mute buttons. But this one doesn't have any, and I've never seen a mixer without mute buttons. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably use it eventually, but. And this rug actually came from the old house. It's not in the best condition, but it is what it is. I guess it quiets down my room a little bit. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Peace.